Welcome to Reddit Reads r/ProRevenge. Our first Reddit post is from Inertius Creep. This blew up in another sub, and people suggested I post it here. So yeah, crossposting. OMG, I went through something similar in 2000. Was working for a financial firm, 1,800 employees, with a sales force of 200. I was one of the salesmen. We had our annual meeting in April. It was a big affair. Most of the employees attended, and the CEO gave a big speech about how the previous year was the best in the company's history. Blah, blah, blah. The next month, May, we each submitted memos basically justifying why we qualified for or should qualify for bonuses at the end of June. I wrote mine out and explained the sales growth in my territory over the course of the previous 12 months and what percentage my sales were out of last year's total sales. Coming off the company's best year ever, it should have been a slam dunk, right? All of us were excited about how much we'd have coming in June. June rolls around and my bonus is zero. Zero. But it's not just me. It's all over the sales floor. Less than 20 of the sales force got bonuses, and holy shit, everyone was pissed. All the supervisors were dealing with angry subordinates, the sales manager was too, and even the VP and director above him. Everyone was furious and insubordinate, angry, accusatory emails were flying, and the company was facing a mutiny. It got worse when it came out that the supervisors were offered bonuses that they could determine for themselves. Most of them took them, but a couple, knowing their subordinates wouldn't be getting anything, refused. My supervisor took his. When it came out, he tried to explain to his sales team about how he felt it was justified and how hard he worked. He ended up with people screaming at him about how they felt the same, but they didn't get jack shit. So for a week or so, things on the floor came to a stop. A lot of people just didn't show up, and the ones that did were angry. I came in and started reading Monster.com ads at my desk. I also stopped selling anything or answering my phone. When confronted by my boss, I told him that as soon as I got the bonus my sales justified, I'd start working again. Until then, I'd be coming in late, reading and responding to want ads, and leaving early. He could expect me to keep that up until I found another job or was fired. The following day, I was sent to the regional sales manager's office. She said she'd heard about my work stoppage and asked me to explain myself. I told her that if she heard about it from my supervisor, then she already knew why I wasn't working, and I didn't need to explain it again. She tried buddying up to me, being friendly, then being stern, then being angry. I kept my composure and told her that the longer the company held out on my bonus, the longer it was going to miss out on sales from my territory. I then gave her my average daily amount of sales from the previous year, quantified what the total loss would be for a week of me not selling, and how much cheaper it would be just to pay me the money I was owed and get me back to selling. Then I thanked her for her time and told her I'd be leaving work as soon as I left her office. And I did. The following day, I came and checked my emails, some of which were farewell emails from coworkers who quit over their stolen bonuses, and sat on Monster.com until I was told to go to the office of the national sales manager. He's the gatekeeper. He's in charge of all 200 of us. He told me he understood that I was upset and could see why. I asked him if withholding the bonuses from 80 of his sales force was his idea or someone else's. He didn't answer. He did tell me that I would be getting a check on Monday, and could I please go back to work now? I told him I'd be going back to my desk, but work wouldn't start until the check was in my hand. When I went back and checked my emails, yup, more defections. The next day, an email went out to the entire Salesforce management, had taken a look at the numbers, reevaluated the financials, and determined that June bonuses would be issued shortly. The email also apologized for the delay and reminded us that as salesmen, we were the core of the company and our hard work was appreciated. I also received another email, this time from the national sales manager, who told me while bonuses were scheduled for Monday, he'd be walking my check to my desk the following day. The following day, I showed up, sat down, and shortly afterwards, the national sales manager walked on up and handed me my bonus check. I thanked him and handed him my resignation, effective immediately. In my resignation letter, I requested that a check for my unused vacation time please be cut and given to me before I left the building. When he finished reading it, I told him I'd clean out my desk while I waited for the vacation check. While I was doing that, one of my coworkers also resigned, effective immediately. We were walked out at the same time and ended up getting drunk at the bar across the street. I learned later from coworkers that remained that even though the company issued the bonuses, they lost about 20 of the sales force in the following 2 months. Gotta love corporate greed. Edit: since I did not make it clear in the original post. The money was referred to in all the paperwork as a bonus, however, it was compensation based on a predetermined formula. You sell X amount, you get X bonus. You sell Y amount, you sell Y bonus. It wasn't one amount, it was set at different tiers. It was a predetermined formula in black and white. Everyone on the sales floor had a copy. If you didn't make your bonus, you knew exactly why and by what amount you missed it. The company had been around over 30 years by then and was known for generous compensation and had never before played games with bonuses or payments. Apologies for not making this clearer above. TL Drive, yeah, that's gonna be a no for me, dog. Hold your attention in one place for 3 minutes. You can do it. This comment is from Bano Foolishness. Your story reminds me of that of Ross Perot. He worked for IBM as a salesman and not long after starting made more money than the CEO of IBM. The CEO wasn't pleased. Perot reached his cap in March and then left IBM and started his own company. Everyone hates salesmen until they understand how badly the company depends on them. This comment is from Quadling. I went through an accelerator program for startups. One of the people there asked if the salesman could or should ever make more than the CEO. He, of course, was the CEO of his company. I turned around and said, if a salesman makes more than the CEO, it means they're making crap tons of money for the company and should get a bonus on top. The CEO will get his bonus at the end of the year for the amazing revenues. All salespeople should aim to make more than the CEO. He didn't like that. This comment is from Gshub. It doesn't make any sense to me how managers and SOs forget that the lower employees are the ones actually doing the work that earns their company money. They make money for them, yet somehow they felt justified in taking all the rewards. It's greed, pure and simple. Now, a word from today's sponsor. Surfshark is an all-around VPN solution that can do everything from torrenting as well as streaming to browsing the dark web. Surfshark is one of the very best all-round VPN, terrific for Netflix, torrenting, confidential browsing, as well as staying safe on public Wi-Fi. Check out Surfshark today, link is in the description. Now back to the video. Our next Reddit post is from Crambo. Owners didn't want to give me what I deserved. Now they are about to lose a 3M contract because I resigned. Edity, apologize for the length of this, but I finally stuck it to my bosses and I can't be happier. I am a young project manager for an unlimited commercial GC. I picked up a hammer for the first time 6 years ago, no prior experience. I was raised believing if you work hard and apply yourself, you will be successful. For 2 years, I learned everything that I could in the construction industry. Took my work home with me and studied on my own time to better myself. For that, I was promoted to foreman. I was brought in to take over a small project at a 12-building, 120-unit condo complex. It started small, and the board of directors for the HOA told me they loved my professionalism, work ethic, and ability to complete projects on time and under budget. We won a big contract because of that small project. That was 3 years ago. I have since taken over the job of foreman, superintendent, project manager. I do the billing, meetings with engineers and board members, scheduling, takeoff, material ordering. I even train the subs on application of new products because we didn't have enough mid-management. The project just passed too. 7. We got a bid request for another 3 job in the same complex. All the while the board of directors telling me how appreciative they are and how I've gone through 5 different contractors in the years before committing to my company because of my management and quality of work. This boosted my confidence, and I went to the owners asking for the raise they promised me 1 year ago from my production. They told me the experience you're gaining is far more valuable. I said, you're right. I put my resume on public. The company I'm with now only pays me $40, and that's it, none of the above listed benefits. The final nail in the coffin was when the owners bragged about how much my project made in a company meeting and then denied me a Christmas bonus. I laid this offer on their desk Friday and watched their jaws hit the floor. I told the whole board president of the project I'm running about my resignation when they called to match the offer. His eyes got big and requested a meeting with the owners and expressed serious concern about moving forward with the new project without my involvement. They don't have anyone to replace me, and I'm not gonna lie, it feels good to hurt their pockets when I gave them everything I had for 6 years and only asked for the median project manager's salary. Fuck those greedy bastards. This comment is from Sneaky Doings. Good job up, go get yours. This comment is from Danu. They told me the experience you're gaining is far more valuable. I said, you're right. I put my resume on public. Just accepted an offer this week for I take a year's salary. Well, yes, that's exactly what experience is valuable means. Good job. This comment is from Lititable. I love this misconception of how they think you are smart enough to do the job, but not smart enough to know your worth and look elsewhere. That was Reddit Reads r/ProRevenge. If you like this content, please subscribe and click the bell icon so you are notified of new uploads. We upload new videos every day. Also subscribe to our Patreon, as that will help us a lot. See you next time.